The substitute gym teacher dragged me out of my wheelchair because she didn't believe a teenager could be paralyzed. I had parked my wheelchair by the wall where I always stayed during gym class when the substitute blew her whistle and pointed at me. "You, why aren't you dressed out?" I told her I was paralyzed and I had a medical exemption on file with the school. She walked over and looked me up and down like she was inspecting something she didn't believe in. Paralyzed at 16 years old? That's convenient. I told her she could call the front office and they would confirm everything. She crouched down so she was eye level with me. "You are going to fool me, kid. You're not paralyzed. You're just lazy." She stood up and grabbed the handles of my wheelchair. "Everyone on the track, including you." She started pushing me toward the center of the gym and I grabbed my wheels to try to stop her, but she just pushed harder. "Let go of the wheels or I'll tip you out right here." I let go. She parked me in the middle of the gym floor where everyone could see and announced, "Your classmate thinks she's too special to participate. She thinks playing with a wheelchair is a free pass to do nothing while the rest of you participate." She looked around at the other students. "Does that seem fair to anyone?" Nobody said anything. She nodded like their silence proved her point. That's what I thought. She crouched down next to me and spoke loud enough for everyone to hear. "You know what I think? I think you're a little liar who figured out that a wheelchair gets you out of doing anything hard. I think you can walk just fine and you're playing everyone in this school for fools." I told her that wasn't true and my voice cracked. She stood up and addressed the class again. "See that? The tears are starting. That's what manipulators do when they get caught." A couple of kids laughed nervously and she fed off it. Classic victim act. She turned back to me and grabbed my armrests. "Here's what's going to happen. You're going to stand up and walk to that track, or I'm going to keep tilting until gravity makes the choice for you." She started tilting the chair forward. I told her to stop and she tilted it further. I was gripping the seat so hard my arms were shaking. "Please, I can't walk. I'm not lying." She laughed in my face. "Funny how your arms work just fine though. Very selective, this paralysis of yours." She tilted the chair even more and I started sliding toward the floor. "Last chance, sweetheart. Stand up or fall down. Either way, you're getting out of this chair today." I could feel tears streaming down my face because I knew if I hit the ground I couldn't catch myself and everyone was just standing there watching it happen. Then a voice cut through the gym like a knife. "Get your hands off her chair." It was Damon, the captain of the basketball team who I had watched laugh at me in the hallway more than once. He was the last person in this room I expected to help me. The substitute turned towards him. "Excuse me? Who do you think you're talking to, young man?" Damon walked toward her. "I'm talking to a substitute who just ended her own career." He stopped right in front of her, close enough to make her take a step back. "My buddy's been recording since you grabbed the handles. Smile for the camera." The substitute let go of my chair so fast it dropped back onto all four wheels, and I had to brace myself on the armrests. She tried to laugh it off. I wasn't going to actually drop her. I was trying to motivate her to participate. Damon tilted his head. "What we all just watched you do wasn't motivation. It was assault and defamation." He looked at her with disgust. "And you did it to someone who can't even stand up to defend herself. What kind of person does that?" The substitute finally didn't know what to say. Damon turned to his friend. "You got everything?" The kid nodded and held up his phone. Damon looked back at the substitute. She started to say, "There's been a misunderstanding," but he cut her off. "You're still talking like you have options here. You don't." He walked past her and grabbed the handles of my wheelchair. "Let's get out of here." He started wheeling me toward the door. The substitute yelled, "If you leave this gym, I'm calling your parents." Damon laughed. "Call my mom, please. She's on the school board and she's been waiting for a reason to clean house. You're never going to work in a school again."